Day Before Yesterday is the name of a short psychological drama by Montreal filmmaker Patricia Chica. She is in her car right now driving to Rhode Island's International Film Festival, where her film is headlining the film festival. She's actually opening the whole film festival with her film. Here is a short clip from that psychological drama.
They told me I appeared out of nowhere, lying dead in a cul-de-sac. Not a thing to mark me, not even a piece of jewelry, a tattoo.
You all right, lady? Can you tell me your name or what happened?
When the police came over to me, I opened my eyes and looked up at them, like I had just come into the world. One of the officers said he'd never seen anything like it. He said I was so weak and pale. He was sure I was a ghost. I told him I couldn't be, since even ghosts have names.
Whoa, creepy.
It is.
It certainly pulls you in, that clip.
It absolutely does. The whole film feels that way. It's called Day Before Yesterday, and I caught up with Montreal filmmaker Patricia Chica, and I'll give you a little bit more from that interview in just a bit.
All right, thanks very much, Raji. It's 19 minutes before 8 o'clock, and you're listening to Daybreak on CBC Radio 1. You are listening to Daybreak on CBC Radio 1. 21 degrees outside the studio, and Raji is back with me.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Day Before Yesterday is the story of a woman suffering from total memory loss as she finds herself in Montreal. And a Montreal filmmaker named Patricia Chica followed that story. She directed it.
You played us a clip before. It was very compelling.
Very compelling. And as you watch the story of this psychological drama unfold, you see remnants of film noir. You see that she's influenced by new wave cinema. It really is a fantastic short. And Patricia Chica was invited to the Rhode Island International Film Festival.
She's on her way right now.
She's on her way right now in her car driving there, hopefully hearing this right now. Mm-hmm. She told us she'd be listening, but I thought we'd have her on the phone, but driving with a cell phone, not so much.
No.
So I caught up with her anyway for an interview yesterday. She's a filmmaker who, for the last 10 years, has been spending most of her time working on commercial documentaries. Of course, motivated in part by paying the bills. But she is a creative type for sure. And this film's quite interesting. I asked her what it was like to be invited to participate in the Rhode Island Film Festival. In fact, to open the whole festival of their film. And she was pretty excited. Here she is right now talking about it.
I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. I was so excited because this is such a great opportunity. The Rhode Island International Film Festival is the pre-selector of shorts that could be nominated for an Oscar.
That's right. So like many other international film festivals around the world, they get a number of submissions and then they keep narrowing it down. So
and does this festival focus particularly on short film? Is that its niche area?
Yes.
Okay, so it's quite prestigious.
That's what it's known for. Yes, definitely. Very prestigious. And she's won awards in the past for her other film efforts. So we're really excited to follow this one and see if she comes back with an award. She'll be there throughout the duration of the film festival. I also asked her, after seeing this very impressive, I could call it slick-looking film. Mm-hmm. It's made by other Montrealers. She had a Montreal musician called Courtney Wing, whom we've had on CBC Radio a number of times. She had him score it. The screenplay was written by Sarah Beckett, another Montrealer. And I asked her, what's next?
It took me a while to make sure that I was okay with the idea of going back to my country and document my feelings and my views on, reconnecting with my lost culture. But I think it's important for me to exercise those feelings of regret and maybe mourning about the war. And as a young filmmaker, I'm ready now to go 30 years later, and I want to explore that side of my personality and identity as a filmmaker and also as a woman who immigrated here as a child.
So that's Patricia Chica saying.
Where's she from?
She's from El Salvador. Okay. And so she's just talking there about how her next effort in filmmaking will be to go back to El Salvador, look at the topic of war children, and she hasn't been back in 30 years. She came here at the age of 7 with her parents. efforts. And so another big, heavy-hitting film for her.
Certainly hope that she keeps a connection to Montreal, because we'd love to claim somebody like that as our own, particularly in light of, if you think of the whole controversy over Jacob Tierney and his comments earlier this summer that Anglos and minorities are shut out of Quebec's film industry. Maybe the best way to fight that is just to do good work, and it sounds like that's what Patricia Chica is doing.
Yeah, and actually we did talk about that, about the funding issue, and she said that primarily she does receive her funding and support from the Anglo community for film, and that was interesting to hear. She's trilingual. She speaks Spanish, she speaks French, she speaks English, but she feels mostly a Montrealer. She spent 30 years here, so it should be very interesting also to see her forthcoming effort.
Well, and good luck to her in Rhode Island, too.
Yes, best of luck to Patricia Chica at the International Rhode Island Film Festival.
Thanks very much, Raji.
Thank you.
5 minutes before 8 o'clock.